Imagine this: a lone sailor, miles from shore, suddenly finds his small boat being dwarfed by a monstrous shadow beneath the waves. This is not a scene from a blockbuster movie, but a recounting of a chilling tale told by a seasoned sailor. Our sailor, let's call him Captain John, was no stranger to the unpredictable nature of the open sea. Yet, on this particular day, the ocean had a surprise in store for him that would leave an indelible mark on his life. As the sun began to set, Captain John noticed something unusual. His small boat was bobbing more than usual. At first, he attributed it to a passing wave or underwater current. But as the minutes passed, the movement became more pronounced, and a sense of unease began to creep over him. Suddenly, from the depths below, a giant tentacle surfaced, wrapping around the hull of his boat. In the waning sunlight, he could see the creature's colossal size. It was a giant squid, the likes of which Captain John had only heard of in sailors' yarns and ancient sea lore. Fear and awe struck him simultaneously as the squid tightened its grip, threatening to pull the boat under. But Captain John was not one to give up without a fight. He battled with the creature, hacking at its tentacles with a weathered harpoon. The struggle seemed to last an eternity, but finally, the beast retreated, disappearing back into the depths from which it had come. Exhausted and shaken, Captain John managed to navigate his damaged boat back to shore. His tale of the monstrous squid spread through the coastal towns, fueling whispers of sea monsters and adding to the lore of the deep. The sailor lived to tell his tale, but the memory of that monstrous beast lurking in the depths haunted him for the rest of his days. And so the legend of the giant squid, the terror of the sea, continues to live on, in the stories of sailors like Captain John, and in the collective imagination of us all. The sailor's tale is not an isolated incident. History is filled with accounts of such encounters. Let's delve into these stories, shall we? From ancient mariners' lore to modern fishermen's tales, the narrative of mysterious sea creatures, notably giant squids and octopuses, has persisted. In the annals of ancient Greek history, we find mention of the kraken, a beast so enormous it was said to dwarf even the largest of ships. Ancient mariners would return to port, wide-eyed with fear, recounting tales of their encounters with this beast, their ships barely surviving the ordeal. Fast forward to the age of exploration, seafarers navigating uncharted waters brought back tales of these elusive monsters. One famous account is that of the Norwegian bishop Erik Pontoppidan, who in the mid-18th century wrote of sea serpents and krakens dragging ships into the abyss. Even in modern times, such tales continue to circulate. In the late 20th century, Russian sailors aboard the B-36 submarine reported a struggle with a colossal squid that tried to pull their vessel into the ocean's depths. And who can forget the viral video from 2013, where a giant squid was caught on camera, wrapping its tentacles around a diver's boat. As we analyze these accounts, it's interesting to note the similarities and differences. Regardless of the era, the descriptions of the creatures, their size and their strength remain consistently terrifying. The differences, however, lie in the details. Some tales speak of creatures with snake-like bodies, while others describe tentacled beasts with enormous beaks. The variations can likely be attributed to the vast diversity of marine life and the mystery that still shrouds the deep sea. These historical accounts, while varied, all share a common thread: a horrifying encounter with a beast from the deep. But we must ask ourselves, are these merely sailors' tales, spun to scare the inexperienced, or do they hold a grain of truth? Could these leviathans of the deep truly exist? And if they do, what other mysteries might the ocean depths be hiding? But what do we truly know about these creatures? Are they simply figments of a sailor's imagination, or do they really exist? Well, let's dig into the science. The existence of giant squids and octopuses has been scientifically confirmed, though much of their lives remain shrouded in mystery. This is largely due to the fact that they inhabit the deep sea, a place more inaccessible to us than even the furthest reaches of outer space. So how do we know they exist? Initially, evidence came in the form of washed-up carcasses and the occasional specimen caught in fishing nets. But in recent years, Technology has afforded us a closer look. Submersibles equipped with cameras have captured footage of these elusive creatures in their natural habitats, providing undeniable proof of their existence. And what about their size? Do they really have the capacity to take down large boats and ships as the legends suggest? Well, the largest giant squid ever recorded measured a whopping 43 feet long, while the record for giant octopuses stands at 30 feet across. That's about the size of a school bus. So while it's unlikely they're sinking ships, their size is indeed impressive and intimidating. These creatures are not only incredible due to their size, but also because of their unique adaptations. They are masters of camouflage, able to change their skin color and texture in a flash to blend in with their surroundings. They have beak-like mouths strong enough to break through shells, and their arms are lined with suckers that can sense taste and touch. Moreover, recent discoveries have revealed that these animals are not solitary monsters, but rather have complex behaviors and may even possess a form of intelligence. This has led scientists to believe there's much more to learn about these fascinating creatures. The evidence is clear. These creatures are not just sailors' tales, but real living beings that inhabit our ocean's depths. So next time you hear a seafaring yarn about a monstrous squid or octopus, remember there's more truth to these tales than you might think. So how do these monstrous creatures fit into our world? Are they simply curiosities, or do they pose a real threat? Let's delve into the impact these behemoths have on their environment and our human activities. Giant squids and octopuses, while not as common as their smaller cousins, are an integral part of the deep ocean ecosystem. They are apex predators, feeding on a variety of prey including fish, shrimp, and other cephalopods. This positions them as key regulators in the balance of species in the deep sea, contributing to the overall health and diversity of marine life. But what happens when these titans of the deep cross paths with us humans? Well, there have been several accounts of encounters, some more harrowing than others. Sailors have reported attacks on their vessels, with these creatures wrapping their tentacles around the hulls and even causing some damage. It's a sight that has fueled seafaring legends and myths for centuries. And it's not just sailors who have had run-ins with these creatures. Divers exploring the ocean's depths have come face to face with these giants. And while most encounters are peaceful, they can be daunting. Imagine being surrounded by a cloud of ink, then suddenly seeing a creature the size of a bus appearing out of the darkness. It's an experience that's both terrifying and awe-inspiring. However, it's important to remember that these encounters are rare. These creatures prefer the deep ocean, far away from human activity. And while they are capable of causing harm, they usually only do so when threatened or provoked. So are these creatures a threat? Well, they're certainly not harmless. But they're also not the man-eating monsters that some stories would have us believe. They're simply another part of the vast and diverse tapestry of life that exists beneath the waves. While they may not be the sea monsters of legend, giant squids and octopuses are certainly formidable creatures that command our respect and caution. Our voyage into the world of giant squids and octopuses has been thrilling, but there is still much to discover. The depths of our oceans hold secrets we've yet to uncover, and as we dive deeper into the mysteries of the marine world, we're constantly left in awe of the creatures that call it home. The next chapter of our journey will take us even deeper as we explore the fascinating world of bioluminescent creatures. Think of it: animals that glow in the dark, lighting up the ocean's depths with their own personal light shows. The giant squid and the octopus may be the kings and queens of the sea, but they are not the only marvels hidden beneath the waves. But let's not forget about our cephalopod friends. There's still so much we don't know about them. How do they communicate? How long do they live? And perhaps the most intriguing question of all, how do they use their incredible intelligence? Scientists across the globe are working tirelessly to answer these questions, and their findings promise to be as fascinating as the creatures themselves. There are also many myths and legends surrounding these sea monsters that we've yet to debunk. There are tales of giant squids taking down entire ships, of octopuses outsmarting human divers, and of strange unidentified creatures lurking in the ocean's darkest corners. These stories, as fantastical as they may seem, are part of our human heritage, a testament to our enduring fascination with the sea and its many mysteries. In the coming weeks, we'll delve into these topics and more, bringing you the latest in marine biology research, the wildest oceanic tales, and the most breathtaking underwater footage. Our journey is far from over, and the best is yet to come. So, buckle up as we continue our deep-sea journey, unearthing the mysteries of the ocean, one monster at a time.